Namaste, Witchlings! How are we doing today? There we go. Hey, this t-shirt doesn't look horrible. Well, actually it does, but not too horrible. Alright. I see John. I see Chloe. Hello, hello. How are we doing today? Yeah, I guess it's tonight for y'all. There we go. I prefer the honest ones, but we know, hun. Oh. Oof. Presentations are awful for energy. Especially when you're low energy to start with. Alright, put my eyes on. Yep. I hear you, John, and I am so sorry. Glasses go where they belong. Up there, up there. Okay. Scoot that in. Scoot me in. Much better. I think a lot of people are today. Oh, okay, candle is there, flame. Oh, hey, I forgot I had these. Go get some sleep, Chloe. 1 hour with a lawyer. And probably at least $300 over here. And it just, this whole situation with you guys is ridiculous. Yep, $400. So we weren't far off. This whole situation is just utterly ridiculous, and I am so sorry. Okay, yeah, noticed. Okay. Yep. I don't know what I did to change the size of it. Bear with us for a second. We're making sure that everything on my screen is arranged the way we need it to avoid me squirreling so badly. And now I'm going to say, please let us be mindful of the energy we bring into this space, and please be respectful in my chat, because if you are not, the mods and Arnold will be finding you with the ban hammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Time for coffee. peppermint coffee today. I had to think because I barely remember making it. I popped a soda open to take my meds with this morning, and I haven't drunk much of my coffee yet. No comments from the peanut gallery on me opening my soda to take my meds with first thing this morning. John, you are so not whining. You are fine. You are venting. There is a difference between venting and just trauma dumping. Hey, Hazel, how are you doing today? Oof, itchies. I forgot to put a blanket over my chair today. So here's what's fun for me. So it is not warm outside. It is raining. And I am roasting to death to the point I am sitting here in a t-shirt and yoga shorts, which is my summer attire. And I'm comfortable except for one small problem. I forgot to put something over the seat of my chair. And now it's digging in. I'm going to have a wonderful print in my skin. But you know what? Life goes on. Hey, Mimi. Ooh, Hazel says you're doing wonderful today. That is amazing and wonderful to hear, my dear. Here, my dear. Here, my dear. I'm a poet and I don't know it. Apparently, I'm hyper. Mimi says, hi, Hazel. All right. I'm going to take a sip, and then we're going to actually get started with this shit for today. I think these have become my favorite earrings. I have some others that I am holding aside that I am hoping to make matching necklaces for. All right. I am not sitting right. That's part of why. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, here we go. Today's reading dives into tough truths with a soft landing. Namaste has us watering our bodies with loving awareness. Self-compassion asks what we share with our idols. Hex redeems the word hex. And our moment of Zen reveals everyday magic. Stick around for the full episode. Hello, 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 and namaste, my witchlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening to the cards, and caring for ourselves along the way. So welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day we flow with the sacred spiral. I am Dai, your favorite yoga witch, and guide through it. So let's go step into today's spiral of wisdom together. Now what that means is you want to go grab your favorite crystal. I'm going to grab a chunk of amethyst today. Go grab your favorite crystal, light your candle or some incense, cozy up with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug, and let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps keep our Witchling circle growing and our daily spiral turning. And we are so happy to tell you guys that we have hit the first tier of monetization, and that means you can now join us as a Witchling member. Yay! So please, if you feel so called and you have the financial capability, go ahead and hit that join button down below, would ya? Okay, here we go. Now we get to do fun. All right, y'all. Step into the Die the Yoga Witch shop where magic meets movement and everyday rituals. Get an upgrade. Browse my handmade intention-infused jewelry and then snuggle up with Die the Yoga Witch mugs, yoga mats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, pet clothing, and more. Treat yourself, bless a friend, and bring a little witchy sparkle into your daily life. Hop over to dietheyogawitch.shop. Gotta show you. I will take them straight out of my ears. I made these. These are one of the pairs of earrings that you can purchase on the shop. They are a very cute tarot card with black, purple, and pink tarot cards. They're so cute. dietheyogawitch.shop. So happy. There we go. Now I'm centered again. And then more news. There we go. We have some more news. Guess what? I am so freaking excited to be at the MeWe Fair in Bellevue, Washington, December 20th and 21st. I'll be offering intuitive tarot and pendulum readings, one-on-one life coaching. We are starting this over. I am so freaking excited to be a vendor at the MeWe Fair in Bellevue, Washington this coming Saturday and Sunday, December 20th and 21st. I'll be offering intuitive tarot and pendulum readings, one-on-one life coaching sessions, and spots in my Sacred Spiral Flow course, plus selling my handmade witchy jewelry infused with intention and energy. MeWe is an incredible community of intuitive readers, energy healers, and spiritual vendors devoted to authenticity, inclusion, and conscious growth. It is a space where you can explore your own gifts, deepen your practice, and find tools and community for your path. Come say hi, get a reading, try on some magical adornments, and let's co-create your next chapter together at the MeWe Fair. Yay, MeWe. Yes. Because the name of it is MeWe. I didn't know that it was metaphysical wellness. So he is saying that I need to let you guys know MeWe stands for metaphysical wellness. The name of the organization is MeWe. And Lorelei, who founded it, it was originally a metaphysical and wellness thing. So it got shortened to MeWe. Thank you, John. Hey, Will. I'm in a good mood today. Not this time. Hey, Bean! How are you doing tonight, Bean? I was just looking at my door and realizing I know part of why I'm warm. I need Luna to come Kool-Aid man the door. Easy, Luna. Easy, Luna. Dude, that dog, speaking of Luna, as I said, she needs to come Kool-Aid man my door. If you are too young to remember the Kool-Aid Man commercials, I know it's become a TikTok trend recently, but the Kool-Aid Man used to bust through a wall, and somebody in this house, who shall remain nameless, Luna, likes to walk up to my office door when it's cracked yay much and just bam right into it. I love my dogs. Hello, Bean's mom. There is a fat cat. There is a fat cat laying outside my door, too. I love him. But yes, We are having a great deal of fun up here. Just a heads up, it is in the top of the chat here, but we have had the power blink twice already this morning, so I'm giving everyone a heads up that we may just abruptly stop streaming. And it is not that we hate you, it is that we lost our power and Wi-Fi. So it is very windy, very stormy here in the Pacific Northwest again. We are yet again under a flood watch or warning. I know it's one or the other. Flood watch. So, yeah, be warned. Oh, Mimi, go get some sleep. It's not horrible, but it does scare the bejesus out of poor Sergeant. We're pretty sure he's currently hiding under the bed again. Now, mind your swearing, kiddo. Okay, shall we move on to birthdays? Let's move on to birthdays. We have a rough birthday today. All right, come here. Why am I singing the final countdown again? Snip. Give me a second. Today is a very rough birthday. Some of you will remember my stream back early August when I had a friend pass away, and I found out literally as I was going on stream. It is her birthday today. I was fine until right now. Holy shit. I love that, John. All right. Happy birthday, Nancy. We miss you. We love you. Fuck cancer, man. Just fuck cancer. I know. Yep, I have a box. Oh yeah, it's really gonna wreak havoc with my makeup today. Now I gotta figure out how the damn thing opens. I'm so sorry. There it is. I'm sorry for the cracklies. And the damn thing doesn't want to open. It is one of those days. Nancy, I love you, but for the love of all things unholy. Ha. There we go. I have a hole big enough I can rip it open now. I got it! Totally sorry for yelling in your ears. There. Better? Better. Ha. There we go. That's a little better. She was... something. Alright, there we go. for Rob Reiner and his wife, and for all of our witchlings out there who are just going through it. As I light my flame, may our light be a beacon of hope in the darkness for those who are stumbling and lost. God damn, why am I like this today? We are also honoring all victims of hate and violence with this candle. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is now closed. We invite the ancestors to join us here today. Oh, damn. Totally was not expecting to react to that strongly. I am so sorry, everyone. Oh. All right. I think I'm back. I think I'm okay now. We'll get through this. All right. There we go. Attention on deck. There we go. Okay. Now, let's check in with the chat real quick, and then we'll move on to holidays. All right. Thank you, Mimi. Is it so yet? Oh, a 30-minute run. I am so sorry, Bean. Hey, Dua, you just missed me melting down on camera. We're good. Have a good one, Bean. Hey, Mike. And Bean's mom. Thank you for joining and watching for a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy sheepskin. Oh, that's right. It is Mike, isn't it? I did. Oh, my lord and lady. I am a dorkfish. I guess I'll use this. I have 4 or 5 different cleaning cloths for my glasses. But, Fairy Tale is due, Mimi. I have like 4 or 5 cleaning cloths for my glasses. Tossed all of them into a bag to be washed in. And tossed them next to the washing machine last night. But they haven't made it into the washing machine. And I don't have a clean cloth right at the second. I'm doing fantabulous. Ow. All right, here. Why do I have a feeling you hit the X instead of the minimize? Okay. Oh, that is awesome news, Will. That is so hard to do. Grounding and centering. All right, witches. Let's get moving here. It is time to take a peek at the holidays weaving their way through today's spirals. Now tell me, witchlings, real quick, how are you going to integrate today's holidays into your magic? Let me know in the comments. We've got some good ones today. And we start with a good one. It is Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. Today we lovingly side-eye the toys and TV icons that shaped us and maybe warped us a little. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day is permission to question the messages we were fed about bodies, gender, happiness, and perfection. It is a great day to reclaim play on your own terms and celebrate the weird, authentic you. On a slightly more serious note, it is Boston Tea Party Day. On Boston Tea Party Day, we remember that sometimes the most powerful magic is collective defiance. No kings. Ordinary people once tossed tea into a harbor rather than accept unfair control. Use this energy to reflect on where you feel overtaxed, silenced, or dismissed, and how you can choose integrity, community, and peaceful rebellion in your own life. Maybe not always so peaceful. And then last but not least, we have another fun one. It is Stupid Toy Day. I love this holiday. Stupid Toy Day is for every ridiculous, broken, noisy, or pointless thing that made you laugh anyway. It is a celebration of imperfect joy, silly gadgets, and the kind of play that has zero productivity value and total soul value. Let yourself be delightfully unserious today. Your inner child has been waiting for this. Go have fun, guys. Those are our holidays today. Oh, dear Lord, busiest. Oh, I'm glad to hear that the breathing exercise helped. Oh, I'm so sorry, Will. I am so sorry. Oh, my God. See, that's one of the reasons I could not be either a slot tech or a dealer. No, no, no. I'm very proud of you. I am very happy to hear you did. And the reason I could not do that job is I would have one person up in my face trying to tell me how to do my job, and I would not be nice. But then, knowing my luck, the person telling me how to do my job probably wouldn't know how. And when I said, fine, if you think you can do it better than I can, go for it. And they probably would. That's just, my luck, though. I keep flashing back every time a story like that comes to mind. It's like, yeah, well, that's like when my mom's ex was stopped by an Oregon State police officer, told he was flying kind of low for not having a pilot's license. He handed the cop his pilot's license. Didn't get a ticket because the cop said he walked right into that one. Hey, Raven. Oh, no. I couldn't. There is so much because people are like, oh, you're just shuffling and dealing cards. It's not like it requires a whole lot of training. Yeah, it does. All right, y'all. I have itchy. Ow. That was what was itchy. Okay. Yes, I did. Hi, Raven. In case I didn't earlier, I just jabbed myself in the rib with a thumb. Ow. It's Monday. That is my excuse. I am so gifted today. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and start looking at what the cards are sharing today. Hopefully they're not as, screamy as yesterday. All right. We have our oracle cards. So, take a listen to this and let me know what you guys think. We be starting with some inconsistencies. It's the Titanic. Next, we have lies and partial truths. And then last but not least, someone is unhappy. I'm just laughing at the fact that Fuzzbutt went meow just as I went to show the lies and partial truths card that has a cat on it. All right. What are these cards telling us all together? There are so many inconsistencies and lies and partial truths swirling around right now that the energy feels chaotic and confusing. Nobody knows who or what to believe, and discernment is exhausted. In the middle of this fog, someone is unhappy, and let's be real, it is probably multiple someones, hearts heavy from being misled and worn down by the constant doublespeak. Tell me they're wrong. Moving on. Moving on. What are the tarot cards sharing today? It's okay. You've been tying yourself in knots over love and connection, battling shadows in your own mind, while unseen blessings quietly grow beneath your feet. A practical bit of magic and money is on its way. Stick around to hear how this energy unfolds in today's reading. Oh boy. It's okay. We have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Lack of clear perspective, problems with health or relationships. Next, Eight of Swords reversed. I'm going to show that one again. Eight of Swords reversed. You are your own worst enemy. Use your strength to break yourself out of the rut you're in. And finally, we have the Ace of Pentacles. A financial opportunity or windfall and some advancement in business. And what do these all say together? Let's see. Camera? There we go. The Two of Swords whispers that your relationships are caught in a bit of a tangle, like crossed moonlit sword paths, where no one quite says what they mean. The Eight of Swords reverse sighs that you, my love, are often your own jailer, weaving anxious stories that keep you stuck. But then the Ace of Pentacles glows like a coin dropped from the universe's cloak, a fresh financial opportunity, a practical blessing, a business advancement stepping out of the mist. The cards remind you that when you loosen the knots in your mind and your heart, you are free to reach out and claim the magic already growing at your feet. That's our tarot cards. And now, my darlings, my dears, we weave together the Oracle and Tarot into one sacred spiral, my witchlings, a single thread of guidance winding through every card. Oh, drop me a comment. Let me know what resonates with you guys out there. Oh boy, is this one good. The Two of Swords whispers that your relationships are caught in a tangle like crossed moonlit sword paths where no one quite says what they mean. The Eight of Swords is sighing that you are often your own jailer. Around you, inconsistencies and lies and partial truths swirl like storm clouds. Oh, the Eight of Swords reversed. I'm going to start this over because I missed an important word. I know I did. All right. Let us now weave together the Oracle and Tarot into one sacred spiral, my witchlings, a single thread of guidance winding through each and every card. The Two of Swords whispers that your relationships are caught in a tangle like crossed moonlit sword paths where no one quite says what they mean. The Eight of Swords reverse sighs that you, my love, are often your own jailer, weaving anxious stories around that keep you stuck. Around you, inconsistencies and lies and partial truths swirl like storm clouds, leaving discernment exhausted and trust threadbare. No wonder someone is unhappy, really multiple someones. Hearts soar from mixed messages and doublespeak, yet the Ace of Pentacles glows like a coin dropped from the universe's cloak, a fresh financial opportunity, an advancement in business stepping out of the mist. The cards are reminding you that as you loosen the knots in your mind and refuse to participate in those half-truths, you become free to claim the solid, grounded magic already growing at your feet. That is our combined reading. Our affirmation for today. I release confusion and claim clarity. I untie the knots I have woven in my own mind. I no longer accept half-truths or double-speak. My heart deserves honesty. My spirit deserves peace. I am grounded, protected, and ready to receive the real, tangible blessings growing at my feet. And that's our affirmation. All right. Later. Hi, Fuzzy Butt. What's up? Why are you yelling at me? He is yelling at me. All right. Check in with chat real quick. Coffee. Oh, Will's thinking of switching roles. That could be interesting. And yes, it is definitely a Monday. Oh. Probably. That's what it is. Are you hearing Will's cat yelling at him and you wanted to have a conversation? Is that all it is, kiddo? I saw the cutest video last night. I sent it to Mimi. I need to share it in the pets channel of the server. It's cats who sound like they're talking. One of them, my favorite one, I'm pretty sure it's a void cat. And Dad is asking, where is he? What did you do with him? And the cat goes, I don't know. You don't know? And then the I go meow cat is towards the end of that video, at which point I had to go find the video of him singing with his dad. And it was just, yeah. I went on a YouTube cat rabbit hole last night. Totally not complaining. All right. We should probably move on and actually keep going here. There we go. Haha. We have time now. No, it is time now for self-care with Namaste. Namaste says to water your body. This exercise... There we go, now I can see it. This exercise is about acknowledging all the parts of your body. Take a moment and relax into all the parts of your body. What does your face feel like? How do your toes feel? What about your belly button? Search and seek out all the messages that all the parts of your body have to tell you. Doing this exercise is like watering a garden. Each part of the garden needs to be acknowledged and nourished. Allowing all the parts of your body to tell you how they feel is a way you can acknowledge and nourish your body, one part at a time. Namaste. What do you guys think of Namaste today? Self-compassion. Self-compassion reminds us we are only human. Okay, there it is. Okay, we are only human. Consider one of your heroes or role models. What 3 things do you have in common with them as a human being? I feel love. I feel pain. I need food. Self-compassion. No, that's blood, not food. He said, feed me, Seymour, in my ear. I am being very, very good recently. 58 and windy. Oh, according to MSN, it's 57 and an aerial flood watch. Area, like an area, not an aerial. But yeah. There we go. Yeah. My frame says it's 57 out there. How is it almost 60 degrees in fucking December? Yeah, we are 5 days from the solstice. Oh, cheese and crackers. No. Okay. So, speaking of this weekend, I want to do a real quick hey, hi, heads up. So, MeWe ends at 5 o'clock on Sunday. I believe we are intending to stay for at least an hour to help do cleanup afterwards. So, hopefully around 8:30 Sunday night, I will be home and able to go live. And right now we are tentatively planning to go live Sunday evening with our daily draw and self-care, a quick rundown, a debrief on the weekend. And I'm hoping to be able to do a short little solstice thing. I don't know if it'll be a short ritual, if I'll throw together a craft or what, but I want to do something for the solstice. We might do solstice Saturday night. I will keep you guys informed. It will be in the mailing list. It'll be in oh shit, kitten caboodle. Did I do the damn mailing list for this week? Anyway, it will be in the mailing list, in the newsletter, I mean, and it will be in the socials. So there is that. Just a heads up that we will hopefully be going live Saturday and Sunday evenings. Yep, we are in a flood watch and a wind advisory right now. It is chaos out here. And please, you can help support this channel and help me get to more events like the MeWe Fair by checking out my link tree, depending on which frame you're in. Hi, what are you... Give me a second, will you? Come here. Hi. You're yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? You're right, I am. You furry little... He knows. All right, come over. I love my cat. Yes! That is a fun machine. Come here, furball. Come here, over here. Over here. Come here. There we go. Come here. Up, 1, 2, 3. Up goes the kitty. There you go. Please don't light your whiskers on fire. That's all I ask. He comes to say hi. The Little Shop of Horrors slot machine is fun. Oh, we had comments yesterday about the cat, taking up too much time and interrupting too much. Interrupting my stream and making it useless. I'm like, well, obviously you are not one of the Furry Overlords fans, and that's quite all right. Not everyone is. All right. Are we ready to do Goddess, Fuzzy Butts? Yeah. Okay, let's do Goddess. All right, my darlings, my dears, my witchlings. It is time for us to go and honor our Goddess of the day. Uh-oh. All right. Today's Goddess. All right, witchlings. It is very definitely time. This way? That's the left, darling. Okay, here we go again. I've moved myself for the cat. Okay, my witchlings, it is time for us to honor the goddess of the day. She is a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on today's spiral. Today's goddess is Hex. Hex is an ancient Germanic witch's goddess who rules health, banishing, and the wise use of magic. She teaches the crafting of spells, charms, and remedies. She teaches us the flub. Starting over with this one. My brain is just glitchy AF. Today's goddess is Hex. Hex is an ancient Germanic witch's goddess who rules health, banishing, and the wise use of magic. She teaches the crafting of spells, charms, and remedies that restore well-being on every level, earning her the legacy behind the old phrase Hex Doctor. Her presence echoes through herbal lore and every healing charm whispered over a wound. Today's work is learning to weave hexes for body, mind, and spirit. For physical health, rub a cut potato over the afflicted area and then bury it to decompose the malady, or carry jet to absorb illness and cleanse it later in salt water. For mental well-being, and this one's my favorite, drink mint tea stirred counterclockwise to release tension, or carry fluorite to strengthen clarity and focus. For spiritual health, sprinkle nutmeg-charged water clockwise through your aura to empower your psychic self, or carry lapis or amethyst to invite goddess-centered insight and action into your day. That is our goddess. What do you guys think of her? I'm guessing Fuzzbutt was not, impressed. He abandoned us. Yep. Yep. Okay. That was a thought. Okay. Not very. Tried to keep it short. I will make it shorter tomorrow. It was a little longer than I intended it to be today. So we're adding a new section where I am back to introducing the Sanskrit word of the week on Sunday during a daily draw. If I don't have something about Sanskrit in every day's daily draw, it's going to confuse the hell out of me. So, welcome to our new segment, today's Sanskrit word of the week. Tejas is your inner flame, clarity, courage, and luminosity. During the holiday and New Year season, you can gently tend this fire by choosing rituals that light you up rather than burn you out. Protect your Tejas with honest boundaries, warm, nourishing foods, and quiet time away from constant noise. Let candlelight meditations, journaling, or simple breath work be your daily spark, helping you digest the year that's ending and envision the one ahead. Each time you act from truth instead of obligation, you feed Tejas. So, your glow comes from within, not from trying to please everyone else. And that is our Sanskrit for the week. What do you guys think? Uh-oh. Actually, it's not our Sanskrit for the week. That is our Sanskrit word of the week. There we go. For today, yes. I will be tweaking this, but yeah. That is today's Sanskrit. There we go. I'll figure out how to word that later. I want to check in with the chat real quick, see what everybody thinks. Are the goddesses great? Yes, he needs to go. He's going to go check on the dogs. 10-1, he went to go check on Sergeant or steal Sergeant's bed. Luna has her couch. Oh, she's such a happy girl. Luna is such a happy girl. I love the goddesses. I am going to show you the book yet again because I firmly believe this is a book that every witch should own. I swear. Power just flickered. It is 365 Goddesses. 365 Goddess, a daily guide to the magic and inspiration of the goddess, and it is by Patricia Telesco. I'm not sure if there's a new version of it, but it is a really awesome book. I'm so in love with this book. I actually picked it up via Thrift Books, which, as you can tell by the name, is a book reseller. And I absolutely love buying books from them because A, keeps them out of landfills. What? Yes, through Thrift Books. By my suggestion, it came from Thrift Books. I am being reminded it was a gift from Alyssa. I forgot. Thank you. It came from Thrift Books. I love shopping on Thrift Books because you can get, oh my God, all sorts of books. I was scrolling through and I found a couple of craft books that I haven't seen in years. I mean, years. One of them is out of print. So yeah. And again, it's reselling books. People selling their used books. Such a useful way of doing it. And it's not supporting Bezos. I apologize, honey. I forget what books I have picked up off of Thrift Books and what other people have gotten for me. But I know that one came from Thrift Books. And you can get some books that are like regularly priced $30 for like 10. It's awesome. Let's see what else. I think that is... Oh, you know what? I'm going to look and see if this book is on Thrift Books, because I know a bunch of people want it. So I will be looking at that tonight, too. Speaking of, let us go ahead and do our little moment of Zen from the Book of Zen. From the Little Book of Zen. We have a Suzuki quote and a Douglas Adams quote. Shunryu Suzuki says, "The world is its own magic." And then Douglas Adams asks, "Isn't it enough to see that a garden is beautiful without having to believe that there are fairies at the bottom of it too?" Can't argue that. And that, my loves, is our moment of Zen. And now it is time for our closing blessing, which I need to put glasses on. And here, my darlings, is today's closing blessing. May the insights from today's cards, our body's quiet wisdom, and Hex's healing magic settle gently into your nervous system. May you move through this season with soft boundaries, clear vision, and a spark of wonder for the everyday sacred. You are held, guided, and deeply enough. Blessed be, and namaste, my witchlings. And that's our closing blessing. Shall we open the circle and put the candle out? Ba, 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 da. I did it without ringing it. All right, my witchlings. It is time to wrap up our show for today. As we open our circle, we extinguish our candle and we extend our eternal gratitude for the ancestors for joining us today. Before we go, quick little reminder, this channel is supported entirely by the Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, just magic and love. So please do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. And now, my witchlings, let's go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there's already enough darkness and hate. Let's please try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost in the dark. Also, tell your loved ones, whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide with scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Those moments slip away far faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come way, way too soon. And if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything we have said and done here, please let it be that you always, always remember you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real and genuine, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I was 45. I love you all to bits. Namaste, my witchlings. At least I don't have a hole in my lip today. Let's swap glasses. Fucking Rob Reiner, man. I am lost. That one hurts. But we're not going to talk about that right now. All right, this is coming off. Hey, how about them apples? All right. Okay. What am I thinking and what was I going to say? Oops. Forgot to fix the camera after I showed you guys the Goddess book. But oh well. Life goes on, I guess. Yeah, I did something unusual, so that threw us both off. Feels weird to have the butterfly still. Alright, so this weekend I'm going to be in Bellevue. I am super excited and looking forward to that one. Let's see what else. What are you guys doing this weekend? Obviously, Mimi is headed to Florida to spend Christmas with family. How are things going over here? Still chaos? Oh, yes. And the chaos is getting even more entertaining because we are still under a flood warning. Anyway, it's still flooding here. And we are having a windstorm today. So poor Sergeant is just freaked out and being totally chihuahua under the bed. He does not like the high winds because the high winds knock the power out, and the power going out kicks the battery backups for a lot of the electronics on, and they make a really obnoxious clicking sound that bothers him. Yeah, my poor puppy, man. Oh, I'm going to put cards away. And it's raining. Yep, Hazel says it's raining. It is very much raining. Anybody have solstice plans? I have been trying to plan stuff for the solstice, and now I understand why I haven't been able to. I'm going to be busy that day, and I am so not complaining. Oh, did she have the puppies? Yep, that makes sense. Well, dude, is yours as busy as ours up here was on Christmas? Everybody gets done opening Christmas presents and decides they need to get the fuck away from the rest of their family, and so they abandon the family for the casino. It's hilarious how busy that place would be on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So what's the news about the Fluffatoos? Flufftators. There we go. Ah, yeah. I can imagine that one. But yeah, we used to joke, both the man behind the curtain and my ex, about the fact that especially Thanksgiving, Christmas was not quite as bad. people would get done with Thanksgiving dinner and pretty much get up from the table and go straight to the casino. So, yeah, it was highly entertaining. Or go to the casino for Thanksgiving dinner. That was always interesting. And Raven, we are so fluffing jealous of you right now. Having puppies. Oh! Furry jelly beans. Yes. I told you I wanted an army of darkness. You gave me furry jelly beans. I'm sorry. You'll have to wait for them to grow up. That would so be Fuzzbutt. Fuzzbutt was a furry little jelly bean. God, he was so cute when he was tiny. Oh, my kitty kitty. He's not so tiny anymore. And that voice? Oh, he used to have the cutest little kitten, Mew, and no, not anymore. Animals are so sensitive. Yep. And then they have the audacity of saying, so sorry you have to work today. Yes. Well, I wouldn't have to work today if you wouldn't be here. But you can't say that to them, because if you say that to them, then you get in trouble. And yeah, yeah. Sorry you have to work today. Well, the only reason I have to work is because you want to consume what I provide. I mean, it's just like these people, and I'm going to go on my college rant here, but it's just like these people who rant and rave about, fast food workers or other blue-collar jobs wanting to get, I don't know, paid a living wage. And they get told, well, go to college and get a better paying job. And it's like, if I go to college and get a better paying job, ain't nobody going to be standing here asking, do you want fries with that? Well, it's a job for teenagers anyway. Who's going to man the counter while the teenagers are in school? Do those adults not deserve to make a living wage? Yep, I am definitely going to end up on the anti-capitalism list here real soon. But see, that's not necessarily me being anti-capitalist with that particular rant. That is me saying that people deserve to, I don't know, survive. Oh yeah, that would be anti-capitalist. Oh, Jesus. Oh, damn. Ouch. How many tables? In a small casino like that one? They're not that big, babe. They are. And they're stupid and entitled. Stupid, entitled, and self-centered. And because of the fact, since mid-'80s, since the Reagan days, we're going to go with that. People here in the States, parents have been 19, yep, then being down 7, that's a good chunk. We here in the States have been pushing our kids since the 80s. Go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. College is the only route to actually being able to get a job that you'll be able to support your family on. Go to college, go to college, go to college. And they're not stopping and realizing that, I don't know, people like the shipbuilders, blue collar as fuck job, they're making bank. Sanitation workers make bank. A lot of mechanics these days are getting paid pretty well. And then you go into the trades like masonry, carpentry, construction, electricians, plumbing, all of that. They are definitely making bank right now because, I don't know, we've been pushing our kids to go to college so much that we're running out of people in the trades. That makes sense. Well, so, yeah. But it just, I know someone, I'm deliberately being slightly vague. This young woman that I know and her sister, grandma has offered to pay their car payment, their insurance payment, and their tuition if they will go to college The only catch is they have to major in what grandma thinks they should major in, or she won't pay. And if they don't go to college and major in what she wants them to, then she isn't going to pay their car payment and insurance payment. She is essentially bribing these girls to get college degrees that are going to be useless very soon. The elder child has already graduated with their degree that grandma paid for, and grandma is pissed off because they're not being able to get a job in the field that grandma paid for them to get a degree in. Because the degree is now mostly useless. And then the younger child has never really wanted to go to college. She has wanted to either work with animals, not as a vet though, but work with animals, or be a mechanic, both of which she could get paid quite well for. And I cannot imagine bribing my kid or grandkid to go to college. But I am also that mom that none of my kids went to college. They have all entered their own, I have one working in a trade, one that's just a regular blue-collar worker, and then one who is still finding his spot. And I'm proud of all three of them because of the fact, in their own ways, they're successful. Do they need roommates to be able to survive? Yeah. But you know what? That's the economy we left them. As the casino turns. Yup. God, I haven't heard that in a while. And it's just... this cultural obsession with higher education is just unreal. And I guess my problem is... Hey, cat. I guess my problem is that I believe too firmly in personal autonomy. I cannot imagine trying to dictate my children's lives. Once they're 18, it's just like, okay, you're an adult now. This is what is expected of you if you're going to live under my roof. And for the most part, one of the two of them that came back home lived up to their end of the bargain. The other one we're still working with. But, they're 27, 24, and 22. Only one of them's brain might be completely formed by now, and he's a little behind because of his autism. Ain't none of them, completely fully formed brains yet. And this is the time in their life where they're supposed to be able to figure out who the fluff they are. We also, as a culture, again, here in the States, we put far, far too much emphasis on our kids to know who they are and what they want to do with the rest of their lives by the time they're 21. And yes, I know that 100 years ago, it was normal. Kids were married and had 3 or 4 kids by the time they were 21. But you know what? Kids were a hell of a lot more mature back then because they were forced to grow up faster. And now, in some ways, life is too easy for us and again, I'm going to say this like 5 times, in some ways. I am not saying life is easy. Not at all. Nor am I saying that life is easier today than it was back then. In some aspects, yes, it's very much easier, but in other aspects, it's very much difficult. But, yeah. Yeah, Mimi, you're in your 30s, right? And you still don't know exactly who and what you are. As I keep saying, as I say in the closing of every episode, your purpose here is real, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I literally did not figure out who I really wanted to be in life, I will say the spark did happen in my 30s. I decided in my 30s that I wanted to be where I am today. But it took me 15 years to get there. And during that 15 years, I debated a lot of other ideas. Do I want to be this person? Do I want to be that kind of person? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? And once I finally, I guess, re-found yoga and I finally found my place. And the difference with that was seriously my environment. Because when that spark first flared, I was living under the roof of my incubator, and I was still living the life she wanted for me. And so I did what mommy told me, right? And then when I was 45, I was living here. I was married to the man behind the curtain. I was a completely different person because, 15 more years of therapy. And once I was able to step into this role the way I had been wanting to, I finally felt at home. And as Kat says, Kat's in the horizontal chat, not only was I living under my mother's thumb, I was raising kids and help and trying to form them and teach them that I am not going to dictate what you do in your life. I will be perfect. I will be perfectly happy as long as you guys are healthy, happy, and successful. Thank you, Kat. I love you much. And by doing that, but by raising them and allowing them to become their own people, I was able to finally have the confidence to become my own person, I guess is the way to put it. I hear you, Will. It's even more difficult when we are good at something and we love doing it, and then we decide we're going to do it to get paid. We're going to make a living at it. And in some ways that kind of takes away some of the fun and some of the spontaneity to it. Tookers. It's okay, Pupper. Hi. Sorry, he was dreaming and I was starting to worry about him. But we find this thing that we love and we want to do it and want to do it and want to do it. But then we discover that having to do it constantly is exhausting. And that's where we are in this house, and I'm sure you're dealing with it too, fighting burnout. And this is a combination of being a Gen X kid, being an autistic kid, and having the parents that I did. I have two modes. I am either balls to the wall, go, 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 or I screech to a halt and do nothing. I will zoom full speed ahead until I hit burnout, and then I have to stop and do nothing until I recover. And then it's back to full speed ahead. Slam into the wall. Have to take 2-3 weeks to recover. Full speed ahead. Slam into the wall. Rinse and repeat. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Yes, that is what we are doing here. And I tell ya, I'm loving it, but I'm hating it at the same time. What are you doing now, child? Oh, God, he's being... Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He is making a lot of noise licking himself. Dogs, man. That's true, too. He's not... Yeah. He is licking himself, and I can just barely hear it over my own voice. I love my dog. It's just, while I appreciate the movement's desire to make America great again, it wasn't ever, what are we trying to go back to, that was so great? Do we want to go back to the simpler times when we didn't have so much digital distraction? Do we want to go back to the simpler times when, I don't know. But what I would love to be able to go back to the time when the minimum wage was enough to support an entire family on one income with. That would make America great. But we're not going to go there right now. This whole capitalistic thing of you're not worth much if you aren't being productive and making money. When did we go from people being inherently valuable because they exist and because they have something to bring to the world, whether it's they make the people around them smile or they do something great like cure cancer? It didn't matter. They were still people. Yes. And because they were a person, they mattered. When did that stop being a thing? When did we start teaching our children that their only worth is the money they can bring in? And am I the asshole from Reddit the other day? This man, his wife is overseas because her dad just died. He has a 17-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old daughter. That enough makes me, But normally the 17-year-old watches little sister when dad is not home. And apparently dad is out and about damn near every night. He was paying his daughter $12 an hour, and she decided I would like $17 an hour because that's more the going rate. And dad's like, fuck that noise. You don't want to take what I'm offering? Then I'm going to go hire someone who will take that. And oh, gee, I'm going to tell the new baby sister that they're in charge of you and you have to obey them as well. And then he goes to Reddit and says, did I go too far? If you want to guarantee that your daughter never speaks to you again in less than a year, no, not at all. You didn't go too far. Now, if you want to actually have a relationship with your child after she leaves the home, number one, stop parentifying her and actually stay your ass home and take care of your child yourself. Number two, instead of showing her under no uncertain terms that, yeah, you're my kid, but you're replaceable if you want too much, you might have attempted negotiating with her maybe where she said she wants 17 and you're paying her 12. Maybe you could say you'd pay her 14 an hour, you know. Yeah. Oh, I know, Kat. But it's, and a lot, as Kat is saying, people are getting paid to take care of their siblings. There were so many people in the comment section of this article I was reading saying, the fuck is she complaining about? Your family, you don't get paid to take care of your family. But you know what? 10 to 1, those are the grandparents that when they're asked to take care of their grandkids, they either want to get paid or they say, no, I've already raised my kids. Parentifying your eldest daughter does not work out well for anyone. Ask me how I know. And that freaking 12-year age difference or 13-year age difference there. That one just kind of squicks me out. Mind you, I have that age difference between me and the oldest of my siblings, but again, that is the oldest. It's only 8 to the youngest, but still. Age gap kids are just bonkers. I mean, it's when it's a half sibling, that's one thing, but when you've got like 8 years between me and my full brother, that's just, I was definitely an oops. And yes, Reagan is when all of this shit started. Project 2025 is the culmination of what he wanted, you know? Yes! Yep. Kat's grandpa, his youngest sibling, is 20 years younger. That is unreal. At least I hope it's 20 years younger and not actually 20. Yeah. Why are we taking half of all small business profit, a quarter of the middle class's income, and large companies and the rich pay pennies on the dollar? Why? And these politicians who are screeching about the Brave New Deal that Eisenhower put in place. Will is saying his wife was the youngest and forced into parenting her older siblings. Yes, that is actually kind of what happened in with my kids. I did not mean for it to be this way, but it ended up being this way. My middle child, and this is part of why we don't have as great a relationship, ended up being put in charge of their older brother and younger brother because, well, they were the most mature of the three. Also, they are the only one of the three that is not on the autism spectrum, at least not as much, as the boys are both. Yeah, they're ADHD as fuck. I mean, they definitely take after me in that respect. But, yeah, and I did not ever want to parentify my child, and I ended up doing that when I went to work. And I hate it. Yeah, it was only 6 months, but that 6 months was a lot. That was a crazy hectic 6 months. Whoops. Yep. Are you the younger or the elder, Mimi? I can't remember. And I'm looking at my friends who have daughters that were severely parentified, and I'm looking at the relationships they have, and I'm going, did we learn nothing? That's what I thought. Did we learn nothing when we grew up and had to parent our younger siblings, and we resented it, and them, and then we turn around and do it to our own kids? I mean, it's similar to why we have helicopter parents. Because the helicopter parents are the... It's a combination of... It's the parents of the millennials who also have Gen X kids. Who saw what the Gen X kids got up to. And decided, nope, we're not doing that with the younger ones. And they're the Gen X kids who got away with all sorts of shit. And we know what we did. And we're like, yeah, no, you are not going to get away with half the shit that I did. I should not be alive today, and I'm not going to let you put yourself in that kind of danger. So therefore, I'm going to strap an ankle monitor on you at all times. I don't have my watch on right now. Smartphones or smartwatches. I mean, I think I can be tracked with my watch. So, yeah, I don't have it on right now. It's charging. It was at 3% when I woke up this morning. But... And then the boomers who complain about the participation trophy kids. Whose idea was it to give those millennials participation trophies? Because I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't the kids. Oh yeah, youngest kids always do. Okay, so Mimi is saying that her brother got away with more than she did. Here's the 2 reasons why. 3 reasons why. Number 1, you're an oldest child. Oldest kids are always held to higher standards. Number 2, you're a girl. Girls are never able to get away with half of the shit that boys do. And then number 3, look at where your parents were when you were a kid. You've already said you were the one taking care of him most of the time. Oh, God. Yeah, I can see that, Will. Hell, look at some of the shit that we got up to when we were in first grade. How many times? Okay, this is going to make sense to Will. I'll tell you what it is, then I'll explain why it's crazy. I would ride my bike from home to the Dairy Queen in downtown and back home with the bags of food. Now, to get to this Dairy Queen, I had two routes I could take. I could either ride the main roads all the way down to Dairy Queen, which involved, hold on, I got to drive it in my head, going down Broadway, turning at Western Auto. So Broadway wasn't a main road, but the road next to Western Auto was. And I would drive down that or ride down that for 2 blocks and then follow the main drag in town. Not the safest place for a 6-year-old to be riding a bicycle. But I did it. If I didn't take that route, then I was cutting through the trailer park that the Dairy Queen is right there at. Still not the safest route. But this is the sort of shit that we did as kids. Hell, we would disappear as soon as it was daylight and we ate our breakfast and not come home until it was dark. I mean, come on. We all know that in the 80s, there were the celebrity PSA saying, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Because our parents would straight up forget we existed. Oh, holy shit, I'm shocked. That trailer park is no longer there. I know the Dairy Queen was when we were down about 10 years ago. But yeah. Or during the summer, I would take off and go to the pool by myself. At 6, 7, 8 years old. The shit that we just... And today, I did that somewhat with my kids. Because we lived in smaller towns when they were growing up. Cool to know. So I could let my kids kind of be a little more free range than others. But, when we lived in Bremerton, that was where I had to keep a little bit more of an eye because it's a little bit bigger town. And there are parents over there now who will let their kids walk 2 blocks to the fucking city park, to the playground. And the parents are getting CPS called because they're neglecting their children. They're putting their children at harm's way by letting them walk 2 blocks to the park because they're not in sight of mom and dad at all times. We have CPS being called on parents because mom is sitting in the living room of the house watching the kids play in the front yard through the window, but she's not actually outside with them. So she's neglectful and putting them in harm's way because, well, what if somebody drove up and kidnapped them out of the front yard? Nice. I gotta get back down there soon. The trailer park I used to ride through is now a soccer field. Millside, they redid, they fixed the mill building. That is, anyway, sorry, my brain is walking down memory lane here. Yeah, Mimi wasn't allowed to do anything as a kid, was barely able to have friends over, but brother was able to do all sorts of shit. See, I had the same thing. Except slightly reversed. I'm the baby of the family. My brothers had friends over constantly. My brothers dated in high school. I was not allowed to go on a date with my boyfriend while we were in high school. Now, the guy that took me to the movies all the time that I was not interested in, they were fine with me and him going places. But I was not allowed to date. I can count on one hand the number of times I had a friend other than the high school boyfriend come over. It just... Why do we treat our girls so different? Exactly. Raven is saying he's in the 5th largest city in the country and still went to the beach alone with his brother when he was 14. 14. That's a big surprise, Mimi. Yep. My mother did that. Was constantly telling me that my husband was abusive. Which, looking back, kind of, but not the way she said. And there was a reason behind it. He was not necessarily in control of it, and he was not doing it deliberately. Hence why, now that he is being treated for his bipolar, we are much better friends again. I mean, people's excuse 99 times out of 100 as to why they are stricter with their daughters than they are with their sons. Well, she could get pregnant. And your son isn't going to get a girl pregnant? Either way, you're still a grandparent now. But oh yeah, boys can walk away from the baby and say it ain't mine until they get the DNA testing done. But we always know who the mama is. And young girls who own their sexuality, that they're bad. And just, I've had a few of those, Mimi. But the double standards for boys and girls is another thing that I can rant about. Oh, the Tarot de Marseille. Oh, that is so pretty. Ooh, tarot games. That sounds interesting, John. But I'm... And now my brothers all said that I got away with all sorts of shit when I was a kid that they didn't. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you smoking? I wasn't even... I had to beg permission to go to the library in high school. Actually, I don't think I started going to the library until after I came home from the Navy. And I just... Excuse me. Like the Hunger Games. I love it. My deck gave a positive reading for the person and a less than optimal for... Yup. That is what will happen to me with my unicorns if I put them away and don't use them frequently enough. When I have put them away and used another deck for 3-4 months and then come back to the unicorns, they are pissed at me. And for like the next 4 readings I do, because I'll always read for myself before I go back to using them regularly, they will not be nice. Yeah. Mimi didn't know how to ride the city bus until she was 17, 18. Okay. City transit. I'm active duty military. I am active duty military. San Diego. And my older brother looks at me and says, you are not allowed to ride the bus or the trolley by yourself. Ever. You either have a friend with you or you catch a cab. And I'm like, okay, why? Just trust me. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, what's so bad about riding public transit? It's not safe for you as a young woman. I'm like, but I'm active duty and just went through all of that training. I'm not some, weak little pushover. Okay, fine. So yeah, I did not learn how to take public transit until I was an adult. Still do not do it well. My kids, on the other hand, at least 2 of the 3, they are experts. They know. They go to Google Maps and grab the bus schedule and all of that shit, and they just go and do it. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I could do that. Yeah, Mike would rather catch an Uber or walk. Yeah, ride your bike. But Mom, it's a little far to ride my bike comfortably. Well, guess you don't need to go there, huh? Parents. That's when Will Smith's Parents Just Don't Understand comes into play. Love that song. So, Yule plans. Does anybody have anything interesting planned for this weekend? Will says he's working. Mimi's going to be in Florida. Florida man. I am going to be at the festival. I'm so looking forward to this fair. Yeah, watch out for Florida man while you're down there, Mimi. What else? We got stuffs. And I'm so... let's see, the rest of today, I have a marketing interview with the founder of the MeWe Fairs. Baba? Uh-huh. Thank you. That is true. Also, I do want to tell you guys, such as in Mimi's case, Mimi is going to go spend time with family for the holiday. If you are busy during what would normally be our stream hours, do not feel obligated to be here. It is a time of year to hang out with your family and to do family stuff and to do holiday stuff. And as much as we appreciate the watch time and appreciate you guys being here and in the chat and everything, please do not feel obligated to be here. Now, with that said, if you need to escape, come on in. Come hang out. We'll hold on to you. That, depending on where in Springfield, that's not a short ride. I'm going. Okay, where in Springfield were you? Because ex-bestie and non-biological daughter, one of them is in Eugene, the other one's in Springfield. I cannot remember which is which. So I'm fairly familiar with that area. That's what I thought. I am so glad we are helpful, John. I try to stay positive in here. I'm not big on toxic positivity. I am not a good vibes only witch here. Y'all know this. But I do try to keep the negativity and the ick to a minimum. There are going to be days when, like, today is not a great day. We are kind of ranting about politics a little bit. We've lost an amazingly talented man and his wife last night. Or this morning, and the violence in Australia, and we had another school shooting. It was a college here, and I mean, we know there is a lot of shit going on out there, and I want this to be a safe place for us to come in and vent a little bit about it, discuss what's going on, get support for some of the shit we're going through in our personal lives, such as what you are dealing with, John. And Will having had his surgery. I want to be here. And Mimi's going to be dealing with her family and the chaos that brings. I want to be able to be a safe place for us to land and just take a breath and not have to worry about all of the bullshit out there. That is my goal. That is my spreading love, joy, and kindness here. I am also trying to remind us all, myself included, that kindness extends to ourselves. We all need to remember that we cannot pour from an empty cup. There is a reason that the flight attendants tell us to put our own oxygen masks on first, because you cannot help other people when you are blacked out. I understand that, Mimi, and you are more than welcome to be here. What? Oh, God, who said what now? Or who did what? No, but I have to tell him something. The fascist Cheeto is being the fascist Cheeto and being an utter and complete moron yet again. That's all I'm going to say about it. That is all we are going to talk about him right now. Because guess what? The more we talk about that, the stronger it gets. because his whole purpose is to have people talking about him. He wants attention. So I am going to make a vow to myself that I am going to starve that thing of as much attention as I can. I will... Oh no, that truth is only one part of what he did. He just signed an executive order declaring fentanyl from wherever the fuck, Venezuela, as a weapon of mass destruction. Oh, illicit fentanyl, period, is a weapon of mass destruction. At least it's not against the one country in particular. We're going back into Iraq. Different country, but the same fucking shit. And this time I'm not active duty. I'm not going to get a fucking Mickey D medal for this. Oh well. Hey, guess what? That means everybody else going through boot camp and basic training is going to get Mickey D medals. Yep. Okay. I refer to it as the Mickey D medal. It is actually the National Service Defense Medal. It's the red and gold medal that you see. I actually have my National Defense Medal because of the fact I survived boot camp during what was still the Gulf War crisis, which means we were still technically at war. And being in the military during that time period, you were automatically given that particular medal. Yeah. Oh my God. That's why G played that. Okay, he's singing "American Idiot" in my ear. My band director, God, I love that man so much. He was my high school band director, and after I graduated, he started teaching history as well. That was just like 5 years or so before he retired. And he would start his American history class out by playing American Idiot by Green Day. If brains were beans, he wouldn't have enough to make a bee, but you ain't kidding. Oh, nope, we do not hate. We are just going to loathe, despise. I'm not wishing ill. Well, this is a do no harm but take no shit moment, you know? I will do harm in the defense of myself and others, and I'm so ready. Don't know what to do, but I am so ready for something to change here, because apparently Rob Reiner was working on a documentary about someone. Man, I gotta start stealing Colbert's names for him now. I heard that Selena's dad passed away the other day. That kinda sucked. I did not listen to her myself, but we're all aware of the movie that was made about her and the fact that, she was assassinated by the president of her fan club. PhD, pretty horrifically dumb. Love it. But it honestly feels like the more we try to make something great again, the worse everything gets. Why? I have no words. There are so many things I want to talk about, but I don't want to get political again because I've been doing that far too much. But I swear, she really was beautiful. I swear, it's just, oh. I do not remember politics being this much of a topic of conversation at any point in my childhood. I do not remember politics being this much of a topic of conversation really until Obama was elected. And I genuinely believe that the reason it has become such a big topic is backlash for Obama. Because, as the man behind the curtain says, the reason I don't remember it being such a hot topic is it wasn't. I mean, fuck. How many of us know the names of any vice president prior to Dan Quayle? I mean, I knew Dan Quayle's name, and that was Senior Bush, right? Yes. Quayle was Elder Bush. After Elder Bush came Clinton, and Clinton's VP was Gore. After Clinton, we got Junior Bush, and that was Cheney. After Junior Bush, we got Obama? Yes. We got Obama, and his vice president was Biden. After Obama, we got Cheeto Fingers with Mike Pence. Then we got Biden and Kamala Harris. And now we have Cheeto Fingers and Couchfucker. I should not necessarily know all of those just because of the fact they were my teenage to adulthood. It's the fact that politics became such a hot button issue. Actually, yeah, I think under Elder Bush. And I think that kind of started when he puked in the dignitary's lap. But I could be wrong. Newt Gingrich. Oh my God, Will, that is hilarious. You're good, John. And yeah, Newt Gingrich was when it started, because Newt Gingrich was the one who started the division in politics as painting the opposite party as being evil. They had a Selena tribute concert, and the guests complained that it was in Spanish. Those are the people that would complain that the opera was in Italian. Politicians would sell their soul to the devil if it guaranteed votes. You ain't kidding. Anyway, Home Secretary used to be pro-immigration. Oh, damn. But yeah, it's just... And that leads us, and the immigration thing, yet again, leads us back to the Bible. And it leads us back to, we're a Christian nation. We read our Bible here. We follow our Bible here. We are good Christians. If you're good Christians, then why, for those of us who have actually read the Bible, are you acting more like the people, the money collectors inside the temple whose tables Jesus flipped? Why, when the Bible says it is easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter heaven, are you more concerned with gathering and gaining more and more money? Why, when the Bible says all the verses prior to that which you do for the least of these, you do for me. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was tired, you gave me shelter. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was, indigent, you clothed me. When I was in prison, you visited me. That which you did for the least of these, you did for me. But yet we do none of these things now. People who are in those conditions are now not shunned, but looked down upon and told that it's their own fault that they're in this mess and they need to bootstrap their way out of it. Bootstrapping doesn't work. But anyway, these people who are crowing and screaming about, that we are good Christians, it's a Christian nation, we follow our Bible. Why is it that so many of them are doing exactly the opposite of what their Bible tells them to? Yeah, and people thinking Jesus is white. He ain't white, and just yeah, and he also wasn't born on Christmas Day. But that's a whole nother story. That was them just trying to get the pagans to follow their religion, and I don't get it. These people. Why are the most Christian and Christ-like people that I know either atheists, Satanists, or pagans? Why? When someone tells me today that they are Christian, when I first meet them, they tell me they're Christian, I am guarded around them until their actual personality starts to show. Because so many people hide behind the label of Christian to be hateful, spiteful, cruel people. I want to say evil, but that they're not quite that bad yet, but there are a few. And this whole political movement that wants to make everything great again, that they just want to make it great for a certain small group of people. And I don't get it. You want to make America great, but you don't realize that, sorry, I'm saying this phrase because it's what they're saying, and I'm like, you want to do this, but yet you're the only person. You're not the person that's going to benefit from the. Why do people vote against their best interests? You're okay, John. I'm being a problem here too because I'm stuck on the politics and I'm trying to get off of it, but my brain is it's stuck because there has been so much shitty stuff happening. Yeah, the rich stomp on the working class and the poor. And that's the other thing. I don't care if it hurts me as long as it hurts you worse, I guess. I don't understand people. Uh-oh. Did I squirrel again, or are you giving me a squirrel? You fucking stand up, stupid. People are just absolutely evil. Yeah, don't curse. Speaking of him. Oh! Ooh. So I had fun yesterday. I'm going to distract myself. And this was all it took. So this is my little label maker, right? Okay, give me a squirrel, Will. This is my label maker. And I've had it for a little while, and I'm like, hey, it's not going to work for what I was thinking I was going to use it for. And then I realized I have to price all of my jewelry. And I need to write the name of the item and the price on it, right? And I'm like, that is going to cramp my hand up to no end. And I remembered I have this. So guess what? This has an app on my phone that I go in and I type in the name of the product and how much it's going to cost. And then I hit print and the cute little label goes near. Label goes near out of here. And then I can just cut it in half because I was printing 2 labels at a time. Cut it in half, slap it on, and I'm good to go. Yay! My hand didn't cramp. I love it when I do shit like that. And I get something and it doesn't work for what I was going to use it for. And then I realize that I needed it for something else anyway. Love that. What else are we doing? I have a ton of stickers to give out. But I think I need to check with the organizer of this event, because we're not allowed to give readings in that for free. But I'm going to find out if I can give away stickers, because I have stickers, I have bookmarks. I need to get Mimi's sticker in the mail, but we have stickers, bookmarks, and I have decided that if you come to the show and you buy a piece of jewel, you get a discount on a reading. Oh, I've got so many stickers. What? Oh my God, that is hilarious. So, the look on my face, he just went Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and I said, y'all heard me say what? Apparently, me just talking about this little friend here, there are now 2 ads for those things on his screen right now. We are in separate rooms. He is just listening. Wowzers. Oh, I love stickers. Oh, itchy. Mine is a Bluetooth thermal printer, too. So, this is my sticker collection. I have temporary tattoos, feminist stickers, what? Gay stickers. That's what's in there. Let's see what's in this one. This is gay Jew. This is queer stickers, more disability pride. And then this, I think, is my feminist and SI awareness. Yep. I know. Awesome. Yes. Odin is one of the inspirations for Santa Claus. It's a combination between Odin and the Dutch Saint Nicholas, and he is where we get the wooden shoes and the sugar cubes for the reindeer. Oh, we hit the 2 hours. I will send you I will send you pictures, Mimi. Maybe I'll add some of these to your Die the Yoga Witch sticker. Oh, I can't wait to hear about the Triceratops tattoo. Please, I need pictures for the spawn. Yeah. Yes, isn't it great? That's why I grabbed that one. Wrong box, did I? I love the butterflies. Oh, here's another one similar. This one's better. That's okay, John. I think you need a break because of the amount of stress you're under. And if you try to do readings when you're depleted as much as you are from the stress you're dealing with, A, it's going to make you sick, and B, your readings are not going to be as good. So, you will be pulling from your fatigued energy and the fatigued energy just kind of tweaks things a little bit. So, yeah. Cool, Will. I can't wait to see it. Burnout is definitely a thing, especially when you're reading. That is why I have to keep my pendulum readings. I can only do three question readings a day. Yes, your mentor is very wise. Get some rest, Raven. We are going to wrap up because it is that time, my darlings, my dears, my witchlings. So for tonight, and once again, let's go out and spread love, joy, and kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate out there. Try to be beacons of hope and light and love. Make sure, for those who are lost and stumbling in the dark, make sure your loved ones, human, scaly, furry, and feathered, all know that you love them beyond words, because those moments slip away far faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come so too soon. And please, if you take one thing and one thing only away from this, always, always, always remember you are loved, wanted, and needed. You have a reason for being here, even if you don't know why yet. Trust me, there's a reason. I love you guys all to bits, and I will see you later. Namaste, my witchlings.